The Canadian Card Collector here, and welcome back to day 222 of a daily deck review. And the deck that we're taking a look at today is the Gold Luxury Noc playing cards from Riffle Shuffle and House of Playing Cards. So, with no further ado, let's take a look and see what we get. But before we start, we gotta take the cellophane off because these are still fully sealed. And the pull tab's right here conveniently on the front. So we'll just pull that cellophane right off. And it is a kind of like a matte and glossy finish tuck box, mostly matte, but with some gold foiling there. You kind of got that like satin matte kind of finish that is embossed here on the front of the tuck box, with that kind of like nice little design there. And you got the more glossy kind of like gold foiling here, where it says Noc Luxury Collection 52 premium playing cards, and then you kind of got some of the seal there that kind of wraps around the top of the tuck box. And the Noc logo is also embossed, so you can feel like the texture of those letters. On the side, just got more of that kind of like spade or heart kind of pattern there that is embossed. Same thing on the other side. And on the bottom is where you got all your information. It might be a little bit hard to see, just because it's gold on gold kind of, but it says the Noc Luxury Collection, Riffle Shuffle times House of Playing Cards, and manufactured by Cardamundi in the EU, in Europe. And then on the back, you just got that seal that kind of wraps around. You got a little circle with the Noc kind of little logo in it. It's a red kind of seal with gold metallic on it. And on the back, you just got that kind of hard heart spade shape. And then more little texture at the bottom. And then I might be able to pop this open. Just how it is. Okay, yep, there's a little perforation on it. So it pops right open there. And if I pull the tab out on the inner tuck flap, it's got more of that gold little pattern there. And then on the inner tuck flaps, just that pattern once again. And if I take the cards out of the box, you can definitely tell they're made in a different, like, they're made in the EU or wherever. Yeah, you can tell they're made by Cardamundi because they wrap their cards. And then on the inside of the tuck box, you got more gold, but it's more like a kind of chrome kind of colored gold. And so it's a lot more shiny on the inside, as you can see, nice and bright. So not like super custom, but still slightly custom. It has that gold kind of chrome kind of to it. Now that we took a look at the tuck box, time to take a look at the cards. And first we'll start by unwrapping the cards because they are wrapped up. Most manufacturers don't do this, but Cardamundi does wrap the cards. And I don't know if there's a pull tab on the cards. It might be right here. If I can get it lifted up. Okay, now that the cards are out of the cellophane now, you can see you got a nice one-way, no, you got a mirrored back design with the standard white border going around, and it's in that gold, kind of like foiling. Got that gold foiling there, and then you got a little gold like border around that with a little white one on the inside, and then the standard one on the outside. And if I flip it around, it's the same design in both directions because it is one like solid color, so it's not really any pattern to it. And these are different. These are made by Cardamundi, so they have the Cardamundi like stock and finish to it. So handle slightly different than your like standard like United States Playing Card Company deck. But now for the cards you get with the deck, here we get the first Joker. It says Joker, Joker there in the corner in that metallic gold ink. And it has the Noc logo on the inside, like the Luxury Noc logo. Then you get a second identical Joker. And all the cards are upside down. You get two identical Jokers. Then we get to the custom Ace of Spades, which was that big spade there in the middle. And it's in that gold metallic colorway. And then it says the Luxury Noc collection, the Luxury Collection, Riffle Shuffle times House of Playing Cards. And then the rest of the spades or the rest of the cards are just standard spades. And then the court cards, Jack, Queen, and King of Spades, are just standard. They're just in a like a brown and kind of gold colorway, and the gold is metallic gold ink, so it has a shine to it. And then the diamonds are standard diamonds, just in the metallic gold colorway. It was pretty much like a standard deck, just like swapped colorways. And then you got the brown and gold colorway once again for the diamonds of court cards. And then the clubs are standard clubs. And then the court cards are standard court cards, just in the brown and gold colorway. Most of the clubs are just standard. And then the hearts, the Jack, Queen, and King of Hearts, standard once again, just in that gold colorway, gold and brown. And then the hearts are in that standard heart pips, just in the gold colorway. And then the last two cards in the deck, you get you get a blank face. And then you get an extra Queen of Hearts. Now that we took a look at the cards, time to test the handling. And first we'll start with the springs. And I gotta notice right out of the box, these are really flexible. These are definitely like a thin crust kind of stock, because they're definitely really flexible. So you have no trouble bending these. They almost bend over too much, but they still bend nicely. You get a more softer kind of spring compared to like a thicker spring where it'd be more solid. All the springs aren't bad, they're pretty good springs. And I dropped the code somewhere. Yep, no issues with the springs other than that. They're a little bit softer just because the cards are more bendy. And now on to the fans. As you see, they spread pretty evenly. You can see most of the pips and numbers. There's no stickiness or clumpiness to the cards. They're nice and consistent. Now on to the Pharaoh. There's a decent Pharaoh there. I didn't really have to like, push them together, but they did catch it slightly, and they didn't interlock and weave flawlessly or anything because there was a few gaps in between, but not terrible. Now for a giant fan of that back design. Yeah, that's like one of the shiniest giant fans I've done. Now for that reverse Pharaoh. And the reverse Pharaoh is definitely not too smooth, because I did have to slide them, shuffle them together, like push them together to get them to interlock and weave, but they interlock and weave pretty nicely. Nothing crazy or anything. Now for a giant fan of the faces. Now for the Riffle Shuffle or Bridge Shuffle. Well, it seems there's no issues with the Riffle Shuffles. They're a little bit more like flexible when you're doing like the bridge part, this part here. They bend a little bit more, just because they're like a thinner card. They got like more thinness to it, so they bend a little bit more easily. But they're still pretty nice and smooth, like riffles there. Now that I'm just messing them up now. But they're nice and smooth when you actually get one to work. Now on to the packet cuts. All the pack cuts felt pretty smooth. They did catch slightly at one move, but other than that, pretty smooth. And they do feel definitely slippery. With that kind of like gold foiling on top makes them maybe a little bit more slippery. But other than that, pretty smooth and just like most other decks. Now on to the one-handed cut or straight cut. Now time for the dribble. Nice soft and smooth dribble. A little bit more control on the more like a thicker dribble when you flip them over, just because the way the cards are cut, I guess. What's the overall nice dribbles? Now for that spread fan. And lastly, spread the cards on the table. Well, I gotta say, this has been a really nice collaboration between Riffle Shuffle and House of Playing Cards. And you got that nice shiny gold foiling there on the back, which stands out and was really nice. And then the face cards are pretty simple. So overall, as you know, Noc is just a makes simplistic design to decks, nothing too crazy. Just like this one. It's still crazy. It's like a crazy kind of colorway. With all that gold on it. That super shiny gold that stands out. But then you got the standard faces of the cards, which is except for the jokers, which are custom jokers. And you got the gold foiling for the hearts. I mean, you got the gold metallic for the hearts and the diamonds. And all the core cards have some gold metallic on it. Overall, a nice, like, flashy and elegant design and colorway for the cards. And you just seen the handling. And the handling is fantastic. No issues there. The cards are a little bit slippery and more like a thinner stock. So some people might not like the thin stock as much. But more people will love the thin stock. But I feel like it feels fantastic. And these are made by Cardamundi, so they have the Cardamundi stock and finish to it. So they handle and feel fantastic. No issues there for me. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed. And this has been day 222 of your daily deck review. This has been the Gold Luxury Noc playing cards from Riffle Shuffle and House of Playing Cards. And I'm the Canadian Card Collector signing out. That's the video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.